and you act even. Preparation meets opportunity, maybe. Big grade is ambiguity, baby. Too much at stake for your foolery, ain't it crazy? Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, you won't faze me. You ain't really hard like you imagine, and bragging about being toxic, but you ain't really that hazardous. Rap God, if you don't believe in me, then it's blasphemous. Everything that you are is an acronym to my adjectives. But I ain't here to fight, Phil. I got everything to lose. Cheat codes, I'm flattered, but I don't need those. I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from the Superdome. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Saints take
and
over
he's probably realizing
10.
he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Let's go now.
We got this.
Do what we do. Come on. Panther Street. Panther Street. One foot at a time. Check Bobcat. Check Bobcat. Get up.
They begin with a run by Miller. And right away, he lost the football. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And now an audible here into something else. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, check that.
Kamara up the middle. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Tackled at the 25-yard line.
The Saints have 3 and 10 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Go, Reed. Go.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 42. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. He may go. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched him on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is good.
Touchdown!
Touchdown.
What a great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
Lining up,
and the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
7, Saints 0. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense...
Touchdown, Falcons!
Touchdown, Atlanta.
A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And they'll accept that penalty.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by
Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle. You talked about this Falcon defense.
Second
against the pass. Just numbers that they haven't like. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, Steele. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down
it's a
conversion.
Gain of 16 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, Just move on to the next play.
Drop
Let
play
it
to
go.
the running back.
Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Pickup.
These two
Brings up
teams, they
second
met
and
in
7.
Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Ritter down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
For number 84.
This defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
While you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Ritter throwing on third down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it fourth and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on fourth and inches.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Atlanta.
Blue striker.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Number 8.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple.
Line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
Touchdown!
Touchdown,
Pitts,
Atlanta.
32 yards. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
21. Saints nothing. Young Wei Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
How about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
21.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on, get up on that.
They run it again with Kamara.
You ain't going nowhere.
He's upended after a gain of 2 after the 27.
Early down steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know this is a change point of attack, especially against the big-body guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is incomplete.
Pass.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be Falcon football.
Line.
Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room.
First down,
let's go ahead and play
Falcons.
better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
On the ready.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Claws ready.
Ritter will set up to throw it. He'll buy some time right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ritter with it after the play fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
Saints nothing. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
On second down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he is going to lose yardage here.
To number 12.
Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
19 tight. 19 tight. Check go.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Ready.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
By number 2.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just can't afford to give up another touchdown here.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
38. Set, cut.
Ritter back to throw. He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back 31. At the 6. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
Ready. Drill green. Ultra. Go ultra. Ready.
Ritter to throw it. Flushed out right. And he'll just chunk this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Falcons field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
That return gets all the way to midfield, so we know the field position is absolutely flipped at this point. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I might think about blitzing right now to try and take field position back.
Now a first down carry. It's Camara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards
on the pickup.
And it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the Falcons' 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Steele. Incomplete.
Steele's pass.
Really good coverage all over the field. And it took away his intended read.
Incomplete.
It almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Steele. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
On first down, Steele. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Steele. And that'll be incomplete.
Steele's pass.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. It doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
His kick is
Santos
good.
with the extra point, and
Makes
the lead is down to
Falcons
24.
31, Saints 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Come on, set.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent. And they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything.
Ready.
Throwing on second and long. Ritter. He finds his man, complete. That's Ramsey. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Ready?
Ritter. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44.
The third down pass. Intercepted. The Saints take over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Off-play action. Steele. Sliding it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Falcons 31.
Time for a break.
Saints
We've hit
7.
halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And the half will begin with a touchback.
Down.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Check Fury. Set.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
I got you, boy.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on second down.
Yard line.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Blue check.
Second down throw coming for Ritter. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
84.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The tackle made
the way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Hey, go steal. 52 blaster. Set, go.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
41. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Ritter. Flush to his right. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Pardon, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This is 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Steele eluding the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Ready?
On the ground, it's Reddick. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He's taken
and now
down
it looks
at
like
the
they're going to be in the
33-yard
hurry up.
line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ritter off the play fake. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, and oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by the Falcons.
This is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on touchdown.
Touchdown.
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Saints 7. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From deep in the end zone, he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He's brought down at the 31.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Again, it's Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and
they are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Off the play fake. Steal. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And no move to get the offense off the field despite failing once. They're going to go again here on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Rolling to his right. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defensive coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Strike. Check strike. Slide through. Hut, hut.
Back to throw, Ritter. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Ready.
Ritter from the gun. And that one drops down, incomplete.
Incomplete from the
Force the
contact.
ball free, and it's second
Brings up
down.
second and goal.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Ready?
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
For the point after.
And the Falcons will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Saints 7. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The
and
Saints
tackled
take over
at the 21-yard line, so
at their own
a net
21-yard
negative there
line.
of 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now.
Alvin Kamara,
So their
the ball
bottom line
carrier.
is, how do they play a
He was
clean
brought
game
down
the
at the
rest of this
26.
one, right? Take care
gain
of the
of
football,
5
no more
brings up
turnovers,
second
and see
and
how
5.
that works.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second and 5. Off play action. Steele. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
For us Saints.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
10 at
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open.
That's the end of
and once
the
he made the
third quarter
catch,
play.
plenty
With
of
the
room to
score,
work his way
Falcons
downfield.
48.
That was a breakdown
Saints
on the
7.
defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And they'll get 8 out of this
Alvin
before being
Kamara
stopped
on
at the
the carry.
28.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, it's got to like the way they're moving the football.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. Now what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
A gain of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break. And you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw on third down. Steele. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
48.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
The ball
so we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally hit it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Set.
Riddick for the carry. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
By number 31.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just float from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time now? They'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Brings up
they'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Go check. Come on, baby, get low.
Off the play fake. Steele steps away. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And the Saints
only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A busy night continues for Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
Complete to
so the completion
85.
results there in 9 yards.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
It'll bring up a second and short.
Of 9.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Off play action. Steal. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
On the coverage.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Number 30,
and they're able to get this one across the 35.
Made at the 38-yard
Successful
line.
start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning
Here we
himself
go.
so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Go.
They go back to Reddick. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Alontae Taylor up to make the tackle. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Falcons, they get back to 500 now as the win.